Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to Wednesdays with Larijuana. Every Wednesday right here on CannaWannaBuy.com, we bring you the latest information on recreational and medical marijuana from all over the world. This week, we have an overview of various cannabis consumption methods. This is how you ingest your cannabis. This is written and published on the MedicalJane.com website, which is a very good website for all kinds of information in the news and about medicine and recreational marijuana as well. So this is written by Dr. Malik Burnett, and this is from May 8th of 2014, Consumption Methods. Within a rapidly growing medical marijuana movement, individuals have developed many different methods of cannabis consumption. Naturally, this phenomena can come with associated positives and negatives. On the positive side, these products allow the therapeutic potential of the plant to be realized for many different medical conditions. On the other hand, these different methods of consumption potentially create confusion for patients who end up having to experiment with different methods in order to achieve optimal relief. Methods of consumption and how they differ. When considering cannabis consumption methods, there are two basic concepts which come into play: route of entry into the body and time of effect. Inhalation cannabis. When most people think of cannabis, the first thought that comes to their mind is smoking, whether it is through blunts, joints, pipes, or bongs. While this may be the most popular method of consumption, it is not the healthiest method. In addition to smoking, cannabis can also be inhaled via vaporization, and there are numerous products to help facilitate this process. When you inhale cannabis, the majority of the cannabinoids enter the body through the lungs, where they are passed along directly into your bloodstream. Due to this direct exchange, consuming cannabis via inhalation has the shortest time of effect of all routes of entry. In a study done by Hustis and colleagues, subjects who consumed cannabis via inhalation reported feeling the effects of the medication within minutes, with peak effects around the 1 hour mark and total duration of the effects around 2 hours. However, it is important to note that there can be significant variation of these times due to factors such as cannabinoid content, depth and length of the inhalation, aka the smoking style, and previous cannabis exposure or your tolerance. From a health standpoint, a comparison of smoked cannabis to vaporization reveals that there are potential advantages associated with vaporization, which include more efficient cannabinoid extraction and a decreased exposure to toxic elements such as carbon monoxide and tar, which are derived from smoking. Oral intake of cannabis. In addition to inhalation, cannabis can be consumed orally. Affectionately known as edibles, cannabis consumed orally enters the bloodstream after being digested or broken down in the stomach, and it's absorbed in the intestines. Subjects who consume cannabis orally usually report feeling the effects within 30 minutes, with the peak effects around 1 hour mark and the total duration of effects ranging up to as long as 6 hours. The reasons for this can be attributed to the process of digestion, in which edibles have to be broken down from their original food state to a molecular cannabinoid state in order to be absorbed. The gradual nature of the digestion process accounts for the longer effects of this method of consumption. It is also important to note that the factors such as the amount of food consumed prior to medicating, the strength of the product, and even a person's metabolism can affect the overall experience. Sublingual or oral mucosal ingestion. Before you swallow, cannabis can also enter the bloodstream under the tongue with the mouth. There are large numbers of blood vessels which can absorb the cannabinoids. Common examples of these types of medications include dissolvable strips, sublingual sprays, and medicated lozenges or tinctures. The time of onset for this method of consumption is similar to those seen in general oral consumption. However, some studies have reported an earlier time to effect. Cannabis topicals. This is another way to use cannabis. Cannabinoids, which, like the active ingredients in other medications, can also be absorbed through the skin. The skin has relatively complex absorption process that majorly involves a chemical's ability to dissolve in water. Examples of topical products include creams, balms, and even patches, much like the ones often used to quit smoking cigarettes. While not widely studied, there is research which shows that topical application of cannabinoids has the onset of action within minutes locally, i.e. creams or balms applied to the joints, with the duration of these effects lasting 1 to 2 hours. Individuals who use patches reported onsets of action within 2 hours and a duration of the effect lasting upwards to 2 days. Hopefully the ideas outlined here serve as a guide to helping you use your cannabis responsibly. After all, nobody wants to find themselves in a situation where they have accidentally consumed too much cannabis and are faced with a fit of anxiety. And of course, as we said before, if that should happen to you, you need to eat something, realize that no one has ever passed away or died or got really sick from taking too much cannabis, and sit back and chill and watch your favorite movie, play your favorite album. Also, just want to let you know, in regards to smoking, many people feel that smoking is bad for you, but when it comes to cannabis, there are studies that show that smoking cannabis can actually increase your lung function and increase your lung volume. So smoking cannabis is not detrimental to your health. It actually is very, very healthy. So that's our report on how to consume your cannabis. I'm Larry Love, your host, Larijuana. Don't forget to join me on Medical Marijuana Radio every Saturday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Mountain, and 9 p.m. On the East Coast. And don't forget, Canawana Buy is your place for all the greatest information and products in the cannabis industry. Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love.